disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah. Dots on the screen like disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah. Dots on the screen like disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody. How's everybody doing? Are we good? Are we having a good time? Okay. Nice to have everybody in the room. Sound is good. The video is good. Nico, how are you? Good to see you. Frank, everybody, nice to see you guys. Keith, happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Very, very nice. All right, I got something very, very cool to show you. kind of came to me last night after our coaching. So this is almost going to be like coaching number 2 for everybody. So first order of business that you guys should all know, the new dots indicator. It's actually new. This, you should go update it right now. It has one other functionality that I finally added to it. That's very, very cool. It has the range function where it kind of tells you the points that the range is doing. It's a little bit hard to see here. I think I'm gonna. I wonder if I'm gonna. Where's the? I want to do the range. What's the range box? Christmas tree settings, pause label, color settings, table settings. Where's my ranges? Oh, here it is, range box color. And I want transparency. Maybe we make it 50. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit, it's sometimes a little bit hard to see, but it's 30 points of the range right now. You see, it actually labels, tells you how many points there are in the range. This is NASDAQ. And on gold, it's 5 points right now. Okay, we're starting our our sessions and everything else. So here's what I wanted to kind of show you. That's really, really interesting, and that completely hit me like a lightning bolt, right? Let's imagine we are 5-point target on NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ is a 5-point target scalp. If you make range 10 times your target, so let's go back to NASDAQ. Let's go back to NASDAQ. I'm going to make range 10 times the target. So my range is going to be in ticks. I'm gonna make ticks 200 ticks, just for just to be really, really precise. So that's 50 points of NASDAQ range. I'm going to put that condition as a necessity for minimum range, right? Necessity of minimum range. And I'm going to just do A1 dot. Just do an A1 dot as my single thing, right? So here's what happens. First of all, this is all London. You see that there is absolutely no trades. There's one trade in Asia that's a super winner, right? There's a second trade in Asia that's a super winner, right? Then we go back to North America yesterday. Third trade, super winner, right? Fourth trade, super winner. Fifth trade, super winner. I'm just going back in time. Sixth trade, super winner, right? Seventh trade, well, these two trades don't work. And that's, there's an explanation for that, because this is already a very, very old big move here, but that's fine. Let's just say 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, 11-1, 12-1, 13-1, 14-1, right? I'm just rewinding back to the day. 15-1, right? 15-1, right? What is the single most important aspect that I just showed you? You know what's the most important aspect that I showed you? Is that momentum doesn't matter whether it's A. And by the way, let me just sort of show you. What if I do A2s, right? Is that going to work? Yes. What if I do A3s? Is that going to work? Yes. Okay. It really doesn't matter what dot intensity you take. The single most important winning ingredient to momentum trend trading is range. And the ratio you want is a minimum of 10-1 to your profit target, which is huge. it creates far fewer sample trades, but it creates massively more profitable trades, right? How do you, Judith is asking me, how do you update the version? It's not a notice. The notice is what I'm telling you. The update, you delete this and reattach it. Once you delete it, reattach it, you'll get range zone 5, okay? The way you update everything on TradingView is just delete it and reattach it. Get a fresh version, okay, Judith? Okay, so by far, like 90% of our true success is not, the dots are just supplementary. It's the range box that's got to be 10-to-1 ratio from our target to stop. Let me kind of pause here. Give me a yes or no. Tell me if you understand what I'm telling you. Tell me if you understand, the key component, really the basic ingredient to success here, right? Right? Okay. So if that's the component, and by the way, so the other cool thing I put into the A setup is you can do trend only, counter trend only, or both, right? So let's just do, just for shits and giggles, we're going to do massive range at A1 counter trend, right? Do I have, am I getting good signals? Signal yes, signal yes. These are all counter trend signals, right? This is even this one wins because this goes 5 in my direction. This wins. This one loses. This wins. This wins. This wins. This wins. This loses. And I don't think I have any more counter. This wins, right? So again, on the counter trend, not as good. Maybe not 15-to-1. Maybe not 14-to-2. But certainly like 10-to-2, right? Still very, very huge positive edge. Where's the edge coming from? The edge is coming from the range. Range is the input that creates the range. The bigger the range expansion, the greater the possibility of momentum or counter momentum, and the better it works. So one very, very cool thing about the indicator is you can trade momentum and counter momentum if you really, really wanted to, or you could trade both. You could trade one account trend, one account counter trend, one account, or just trade them both. The point is, the signals become incredibly more precise. Just in this little snapshot over here: 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1. 6, 1 in a hour time frame. So we are, what's 6, 1? That's 6 out of 7. Is it an 87? 85. It's an 85 win rate against a 75 break even. So really, really nice fat thing. So range is everything, and the underlying conditions for us to trade range is 10-to-1. So in NASDAQ, again, the 200, Keith is saying, is a 200 minimum ticks. If your target is 5 points, range should be 50 points, which is 50 ticks. If your target is 10 points, range should be 100 points, right? It's kind of like, that's the elasticity that I'm basically trying to make. And the same thing applies to gold, right? But that's not all. That is totally not all, right? Because obviously, if we're in that, if we're sort of following that condition, and by the way, let's just take a look and see what's going on right now in the markets. See if anything's setting up for us right now. First of all, we don't have any range, right? So the range is just not there. If we're just simply looking for that, then there's just enormous amount of times where we can't trade, right? We can't trade. And then the second thought hit me that was super interesting. If range is the foundational condition of breakout momentum, right? Then lack of range could be a foundational condition of fake out. So let me put this idea in your head, and now with the fact that we have the box all running for us, we can do this, completely on a minute by minute basis. So let's say we say to ourselves, hey, I'm trading Asia, I'm trading Europe, price action is really, really dead. How can I make money there? Well, one idea that's super interesting is you say to yourself, if range is less than 4 times my target, so 20 points, maybe you could say 25 points maximum, but let's say if range is 4x or less of my target, and my target is 5 points, right? You guys with me? If range is 20 points or less, and I have an A3 signal, that's a fade. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to change myself to an A3 signal, right? I'm going to go to 3. And what we're going to do is, the thing is, you have to just simply get off, take the setup requires minimum range, remove that, because now we're not looking for, we're just looking for the analytics of this thing, right? And what we're looking for is like shorter, narrow range. Oh shit, I screwed this up. I hate this. Okay, let me just refresh this. Hang on. Okay, so in this condition, I have range taken off. Range is not a condition. Unclick this, and I'm going to A3, right? And let's even let's keep it. Let's actually keep it at both. Let's do it at both, just to see it. I'm going to give myself 2 signals. But here's what you're looking for, because I'm going to go in back in time and replay with you. So here we are, 28 points worth of range. 28 points worth of range. That's a little bit outside of our comfort zone for a fade, right? We don't do anything. 17 points worth of range. Range gets really, really constricted, right? Range gets really constricted. You guys watching this? I'm looking for the A3 setup. A3 setup, 19 points worth of range. Let me put it over here, right? 19 points worth of range, A3 setup. What should I do here? Is it worthwhile to go long the A3 setup in this tight range? Or is the much more productive trade short, to sell the top, sell the 87 to the top and see if it reverts? And indeed it reverts, right? Totally reverts, right? Let's go look again. So what we're looking for is an A3 setup within a tight range. Okay, do I have an A3 setup? I don't have an A3 setup. I don't have any A3 setup. Here's an A3 setup. Here's an A3 setup, and the range is 90. Again, same 20 points, right? Here's the A3 setup, right? What should I do? Sell it or buy it? Of course I want to buy it, because I'm basically trading tight range background. I'm buying it at 80. Does it get a chance to pop back up? And indeed it does, right? It comes back up to like 86. I make my target and I'm done, right? I keep going. So for all of you guys who are sitting there in Asia and you're like, oh man, there's absolutely no continuity trades. Don't trade continuity trades. Restrict for mean reversion trades, but use range as your key input to select whether you want to take the trade or not. Okay, here's an A3 trade, but it's a 29-30 range. It's a big range, right? Do I want to take it? No, I don't. Maybe it comes back, but it's too big a range. I don't want to take this one. So I'm going to pass up on this. I'm just going to pass up on the trade. It worked, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to try to trade relatively tight ideas. Okay, here's one. Here we go. Here's 20-point range. I got an A3. Do I want to be a buyer here? Yeah, you bet your butt I want to be a buyer. I'm buying the, let me see what the low of this thing is. The A3 low, the close is 62. I just need to make 67. Can I make 67 on this? Can I make it? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Boom, boom, boom. See that? See how cool that is? So now I am not only able to trade really great North American continuity trades, which is what we're going to do in North America. But now I'm able, if I want to, during the dead time, Asia dead time, Europe dead time, the key thing is, notice what I don't do. I don't commit to a fade trade. Like this is a 22 point range, right? This is kind of like in the middle. Maybe I take it, maybe I don't. I'm not going to take it. It's a little bit above 20. Is this going to work? Let's see. Let's see. Is it going to work? It's still actually, if I sold 78, it actually would have worked. It actually would have worked. Maybe you give yourself that up to 25 parameters. Maybe, 5x or lower, I'm fading the A3s. 10x or larger, I'm buying the A1s, right? Kind of like a very, very simple formula. And most of the time, you're going to be on the right side of the trade if you do that. Range becomes your absolute morning star. Look at that. Now we're breaking up the range. Now range is, hey, look at this. So now we're like almost in the 50 range. Now this is actually very cool. We're in North America. We can go to the A1 setup, right? And now if we get an A1 trade at the 50, as the range gets up into the 50s, that's going to give us some kind. There we go. Range goes, range gets larger, right? And now if we get an A1 setup, we want to trade with momentum. Now the problem is it's 9:25, so we're probably going to pass up. We're not going to do anything until New York opens up. But the point is, first of all, you see New York is starting to wake up. Range is starting to get bigger, which means that we have now conditions that are completely viable for range trading, right? So now I'm actually going to make a range. It requires minimum range, so we get rid of all these A1s, and it's all really, really cool. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about using range as the absolute dominant variable to determine whether you're going to trade continuity or even trade reversal versus fade breakouts, trade fakeouts on a very defined formula. So here's A1. Now I'm going to trade this in my eval account. We're actually going to trade. I'm going to trade very, very small. If this is good, just because I'm in I open up a fresh eval. I passed like 3 evals yesterday, so this is the last one that last one I'm going to try. Sorry guys, I'm chewing my protein bar. Yeah, it's good morning, doctor. Good morning, Pete, Ben, everybody. This is really like a super, super interesting insight into what truly creates the trades. So we're gonna buy this. Let's see if this is gonna work for us. We get continuity off the range. Now this is like 5 minutes before the market, so we could easily get faked out. This is not a trade I would take normally, but it's my eval account. I want to show you the setup. I want you guys to see it, clearly. Let's see if it works. And we're gonna do the same thing with gold. We're gonna set up our conditions for gold, because gold yesterday. The thing is that when we're trading coaching, gold was absolutely breakout territory in Asia. Like there were breakout trades that were completely viable, totally cool for us to do. All right, come on, baby. Almost there. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the trade because it's New York, ahead of New York Open. Whether it makes target or not, I don't want to trade 5-10 minutes ahead of time. Even though this is a small eval, it doesn't matter. There'll be plenty of really, really good opportunities for us to trade the A1s against the large range expansion. But to show you gold, right? To show you the gold conditions. For gold, we would go to, here's gold Asia range, right? Again, in this particular setting, what I want is an A1 setting. This is the breakout setting. The breakout setting range volatility is in ticks, and I want the minimum range to be $10 because we're looking for $1, and we're going to say this. And sorry, let me just make sure that it requires range. Yeah, it does require range. Okay. So here's what I wanted to show you about gold. We're going back to last night when we were trading. Most, what's the one thing that moves in Asia? Gold, right? Gold moves in Asia. Look at these trades. Winner. This one stuffs me because it was just too much volatility. But okay, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. All these winning trades on range that you could have done. You could even have traded. Sorry, where's my A? Oh, I have the wrong. Sorry, I have the wrong one attached here. Let me do this. I don't have the latest version attached. Dots. Okay. Let me set this up. So I want to do. Let's say I want to do both against A1 with a. I'm going to save this minimum range. Ticks. A1. Setup requires minimum range. Okay. Yep. Oh, good. Sorry, and we wanted to take like the just the first trade here. 1, 1, 2. Look at this. 3, that worked. Now what this is this is the breakout setting in gold, and because gold was so massively movable, it actually gave us a trade. All right, let's look at NQ New York range. I'm going to set up all the proper settings for you guys to trade New York range properly. So we're going to do again. Sorry, I want to see where we're at. We're breaking out. We broke out high, and now we're breaking down, right? So let's set up our indicator properly. This is your dots indicator. No, not that one. Sorry. I'm trying to do a million different things here. Okay, dots 5. So here's the settings that we want. For New York session breakout settings, I'm going to go into the settings wheel. Here's what I want. We're going to do both. We want signals from both. We want A1 signals from both, as long as the range is 50 points or larger, which in this case is going to be 200 ticks, right? I'm going to choose ticks just to be very, very specific. I'm going to choose all of this. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to save this as my NQ New York range. Okay. Yes, yes. So we're actually getting a sell. What time is it? Oh, it's still pre-market. So really, I mean, I'll play this game with you guys, but it's still pre-market. So this is both trend and counter trend. In other words, I'm being much more. I'm not just trading trend in this, because if I get the A1 signal in a range expansion zone, I have a lot. I have much more confidence on trend, but the counter trend is still positive expectancy, right? So okay, counter trend just didn't go here. We don't have anything, but this is basically the full New York range setting. And now let's do the same structure for gold settings, so we can trade both, so we can get signals on both. You love protein bars? Ugh, man. You know what my wife got me these new bars called Einstein bars. They're the only ones that don't taste like ass. Every other one of these things just tastes disgusting, but I don't care because that's all I'm eating. But Einstein bars, let me see if I can find them. Hold on a second. I don't have them in the office. Okay. Anyways, I'll show you next time. I really kind of like those. Okay. So where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay. Okay. So we've set up our New York breakout construct, right? I'm going to put this into the dots document so you guys can actually see it. But you can really see, like, everything is happening here. 50-point range or larger. We're looking for A1 dots. That's what we're looking for, right? What is the green? The green box is the range. It's the range. It's the last 10 bars. How big is the high minus low? We want that to be really, really wide, because if it doesn't have a big range movement, it doesn't have continuity. This is the continuity part of the setup, right? And the ratio that I'm arguing that really works is a 10-to-1, 10-to-1 ratio, meaning that the range has to be 50 or larger if you're looking for 5-point target with high confidence of continuity. That's the basic idea on the scalp side, right? So now let's do gold. I'm gonna do gold on this thing, and we're gonna set up gold here on our settings here. So A setup 1 minimum range, and we require 100 ticks, which is $10 on A1 setup. And also I want to make sure that I have the $830. This would be $825. This is for gold. I'm just setting this up for gold. See, this was a 10-point range, and this was a it was sell to 58s, right? And it comes down to 57. Totally gets the target done over here on the A1 range. This was a 10-point range breakout move here. Okay, so we're going to save this as gold, New York, GC or GC breakout range. We'll just no. Sorry guys, I screwed this up again. I keep forgetting that you need to. Let's do this one more time. So let's apply NQ New York range, right? Ooh, big breakout in this. We just missed the trade in Nasdaq, but that's fine. I want to set up the gold, and we'll trade more trades as it happens. See, the range goes to 104 points. Really big range, right? So let's go to MGC. Set this up. Sorry guys, just want to do this properly with you guys. Ticks is going to be 100. Okay, so this is gold, and I'm going to save this. Save indicator as GC breakout range, this. Okay, so now we have them both. All right, so now what's very cool is we can just put them into our charts and just start looking for setups, right? So we're gonna split view, right? In this particular one, we're gonna go to gold. This would be the gold one, and in this one, we're going to go to charts, scalper, and in this one we're going to go to NQ New York range, right? Cool. And now we have like our signals, we have our setups, and we can just simply watch the charts and have a good time. We missed this one very clean A1 setup that was super easy for us, but so on and so forth. So $50 gets us, 50 points gets us green range and green, trading conditions. 10 points gets us gets us trading conditions in gold. Until then, nothing. We don't take any signals. It just creates much better filters for us to work with, right? Pretty cool, right? You know, and if we wanted to be super aggressive, we could even say, you know, show me continuous A1 trades. I could take a few of them. I would take maybe the first two or three um, in a cycle and still make money because the range is what's driving my profit. That's what's driving my profit. That's what's making it, you know, really really go. So what's interesting is that for gold, we're not engaged. We don't have anything going on here because it's not really big enough for us to participate. Um, this actually hit me really hard because yesterday I showed this in coaching. I funded an account from 50,000 to 53,200 in 7 minutes yesterday when gold broke out like 40. You know, it went $40 in 5 minutes, and that was a completely you know, a range driven trade that I saw on my charts, and I just plowed in, and obviously, you know, I was using large numbers because I was trying to fund quickly. But the reason I was able to do that was because I was on the right side of the market because the range was with me. You know, that's the whole idea: is you want the range to be with you. The only drawback of this is that we get to sit in our hands and do nothing for a long time because putting that filter in there keeps you out of a lot of very mediocre trades, you know, very, very bogus mediocre trades. So this is the fourth A1 signal in a NASDAQ. I'm going to take it if it goes, not because I love it, but because I just want to, you know, show you the concept. And again, it's on the eval in a small size if I get the move. But generally, my rule is going to be three signals and I'm done. So I'm on here. Let's see if I, you know, if this is um, if this is going to. I want to get out of this one. Nope. And of course, it didn't work. It didn't work precisely because it was like the fourth one. On the other hand, gold is breaking out for a legit A1 trade over here. So that's a trade we definitely want to do. So let's do that. I just want to. Okay, this will show in this one if I get the gold. So let's watch this. Okay, A1. Nope, no trade. No trade on that. Now coming back, but the range is like around 10. So now it becomes a tradable idea, and we'll see if it can, you know, if it wants to come back and make some more takeouts. You see how clear it is now, like on the screens and everything, in terms of, you know, we see the range, we see the movement, we see the possibilities of breakout. I mean, this is all. If gold does go to the highs, this is the New York session high. It would be a very high quality trade if it does come back up. It gives me an A1, but we have to be patient. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Who's coming in new to me in the room here? We are scalping NASDAQ and gold. I put some very, very extreme criteria on our trades in order for us, hopefully, to get the highest probability trades. A1 over here, really, really breaking out. Gold is just flying here. I'm trying to be very patient. Taking out the highs. God damn, this thing is just massive. Look at that move. Look at that move. All right, let's see if this is going to give us the. The only reason I hate these kind of moves is because the retrace price action, it can be so huge here. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. I chased that up. Wow, it was really bad fill. Fuck, is that a bad fill? Oh man, that was a horrible fill. Yeah, it was the only reason why I don't like this. Oh, we have the NASDAQ trade. Let's do this. Long NASDAQ. The gold is not going to work because it just got a horrible fucking fill on a massive volatility trade. But let's see if wait, what's going on over here? Why am I? Oh, I was getting some very, very bad fills. Sorry, I got some really, really bad fills on both of these trades. Okay. No worries. Let's reconfigure. And this trade was just a terrible fill. I got a fill all the way to the top. Had I gotten a fill here, that would have totally gotten done. This trade here, I also got a bad fill because I wasn't looking. And that's a big mistake. I should have either focused on NASDAQ or on gold. I try to do both. Now gold goes down in our range, so no longer of interest for us. NASDAQ is still a very interesting trade, and I missed it again. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is interesting. I'm getting a counter trend trade in NASDAQ, which would be interesting to trade just to see if the counter trend is also good as a trade. Remember, I only want to take the first or the second. I took like the third or the fourth because I'm just basically trying to show you the setup. And of course, the more the worse trades I take, the worse they're going to be. But let's take this one. This is the first A1 in a big range against us. Let's see if that's going to work. I have to show you. I want to change reverse views. I think I can do this. This is really cool. Oh no, that's not the same thing that I want. Doesn't do anything. Oh, let me see. Let me do one other thing here. Oh, I know what I can do. You know what I can do? I'll do this. This will go GC breakout range. This becomes NASDAQ New York range. And then we can I just want to show it to you on the screens as the trade happens. The problem is in TradingView, you can only do one tab. So you can't see the trades. I'm gonna go long this one, even though again, it's not like the best setup, but again, it's just the principle of the thing that I want to show you. And that got done. You see how fast that got done? That was a nice clean trade to the upside, making fresh highs. The box is clearly above 50. All of that, keeping us going. Now, do I want to trade this continuous momentum? You could if you really wanted to press it. But what I recommend is just two of these. This is already the seventh or the eighth A1 trade. But let's just press it. Let's just see if we get additional momentum here. I doubt it, but worth a shot. We're making fresh highs, 25.5 key level. That's going to be a big resist level. So we're walking into the lion's den here. But let's see if they're going to run the stops here on this move. All right, I'm in here. I'd be shocked if this worked, but let's give it a shot. It does work. And so now we have like these two huge, huge, big momentum moves. So again, the central tenet of what I'm trying to say is, as the range gets bigger, momentum becomes a very, very, very high confidence trade, right? And you can see, you can basically kind of see where, where this worked. If I go over here and show you the marks, you can see this mark worked, this mark worked, this mark worked. All these three marks worked. The only one that didn't work was because I had bad execution here. It's not like these things didn't work. I bought them way above where I should have. I didn't buy them on the entry of the candle. But even here, the momentum worked. Here's where momentum worked. All these places, momentum absolutely worked to the upside, really, really well. Meantime, gold doing nothing, right? Because it's still underneath our range constraints, so we're not doing anything. I gotta sneeze. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, let me get rid of all these marks so they're not confusing everybody. And we took out like all the highs. We just ran over all the stops. Range is 156. Really, really massive moves. Everything worked really, really well. So if you guys were trading this, I'm actually curious. Anybody pile in with me on these trades? This will eventually, this momentum cycle will eventually end. And I usually, as I say, I usually don't want to trade more than 2 or 3 momentum cycle levels. But when you have really, really strong momentum cycle, it's very, very powerful. Johnny's saying they traded. I mean, SJ say they traded. Keith, for momentum-based, traders. Oh, we got gold. Let's play gold. We got gold. Gold is showing us this is a contra trend trade. We're against trend, but it's an A1 trade against a big range expansion. So let's see if my thesis holds up here. The range gives us the flow. First of all, the signal's got to hold. We got 25 seconds left. Oh, you know what I can do? I can switch over here to gold, because now you can watch the trade on the actual thing. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sell. I was short here, and we're done. You see how fast that was? Boom, boom, boom. That was super, super fast, right? We just killed it on the thing. Let me show you what the entry was. Here's the marks, right? Here's the mark. The mark was 56, 52, just a complete, flow. Again, contra trend trade, not even a trend trade, but range, momentum, totally dominating the idea. Let me switch this to NASDAQ. So we can watch this. Sorry, I want to change this. I put a constraint on here, which I really want to lift. Here's another one. Here's another one on NASDAQ. I'm not going to get a chance to show it to you, but we're going to go long. I'm just telling you that I'm going to go long this thing. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm in at 68. Let me switch this around for you guys. New York, New York. Ah, I got stopped. Last reach over here just stopped me out. Okay, fair enough. I got greedy on chasing momentum all the way to the top, and that's fine. I'm just trying to show you as many trades as possible. You know what? Let me just do one other thing. Hang on a second here. I want save this as New York range. It's not like I really like having all these multiple labels here, but it just for today's purposes, I want to show you all the A1 labels that we can possibly do. And then over here, I want to do GC breakout range. I want to change the idea to just not show. The way you should do this properly is just one label per move, because obviously the more signals you take, the higher the probability that that signal is going to be the loser, right? So the first signal, especially in the counter trend trade, was the right one. You don't want to take any more. The first signal here was the right one. You don't want to take any more. But I want to take as many tick signals as possible just to show you the setup. But this finally exhausted itself at 146 point moves. Gold now is like a 20-point range, which is also very, very tradable for us. We'll see if it creates any more signals for us. I'm placing my signals on trade evade with a stop and target attached, just pressing the button. Wow, Neil's getting. Some people are really milking the momentum trades a lot, which is exactly my point. For those people who like to hold for much longer positions, this thing just absolutely creates massive momentum moves for you. On these ultra high probability scalps, you got to be very, very measured. Like I showed you in the beginning of the show, you're supposed to take like one trade every half hour to 45 minutes. I'm taking every trade every 5 minutes, and of course I'm going to get blown out a few of them, because the way you want to do this is you want to limit it to just the first trade, show first trade only. If you do that, boom, winner, right? If you do that over here, show first trade only, boom, winner, right? Just like I did here. But the moment you start piling into those momentum trades, the more likely you're going to start seeing losses. But I'm lifting this off just to get you to understand that the A1 with a range is the setup, so we can practice trading it, for as much as we can. All right, here's another one. Here's another one for NASDAQ. Let's see if it's going to give us a signal. Nope, I get it. This is fun. Might get an A1 to the other side, a reversal signal. Because again, massive range. Can we make money on the other side? Oh, the gold is giving me an A1 over here. I'm going to take this trade. You're not going to see it if it stays here. You're not going to see it on the screen because I can't switch the screens around. It's just very annoying. And again, I'm doing all these trades in the eval account. This is not the way to trade your funded, but I'm just showing you huge amounts of setups so you guys can totally see momentum plus range expansion as a key component to really making good trades. When you get serious, you only take like one trade per cycle. You don't take like 5 or 6 or 7 trades of these things because eventually it's going to stuff you out. But if you're disciplined, just to focus on the first trade, it should be money for you. Oops, hang on a second. Okay. Third leg on the NQ, yeah, kind of like first, second. Now it's starting to stall. So let's see if we actually get a kind of trend moves in the NQ. Oh, range goes down to 40 points. We're starting to compress. This is where the signals are not going to go away. So gold actually has a buy signal over here because the gold range is still 10 points large. This is a counter trend signal, but let's give it a shot. We'll try to trade gold if this holds. $18, $17. Let's see if this candle holds. All right, I'm in at 61.3. 61.1, so I should be 62.1. I'm bringing it down to 62.1. I'll share it over here for you guys. See if you guys can see the trade. Come on. There we go. And that A1 done. Now that's the first A1. That's the one you want to take. But of course, there's a second A1. If you want to, if you want to be a pig, we can take that one. Again, I'm going to do this on eval just to show you the process. But that's not the trade you want. You want the first trade. The first trade is the best trade, right? The first cut is the deepest. But I'll have fun with you guys. I'll take another one. Let's see if this wants to run. Again, not. All right, let's get out of this. And that worked really, really well. Oh, cool, man. Cool. There are people who can do this, not my style of trading, but the people who can do this that can pyramid up into a momentum trade. So you start like with one, you add two, you add three. And if it really, really works, it's a massive, massive P&L for you, right? So like if you do one and there's no more A1s, you just get stopped out. If you do 1, 2, 3, and then you exit everything out like +3 on the third one, hugely profitable, right? Like this, so 1, 2, exit out at +5 on the third one. The first two don't have it. The first two don't have any targets. The third one has the whole target, and you just let the whole thing out. It's a really interesting way. Actually, I've never realized that when you're using the range parameter, that is actually the perfect filter for a pyramid trade. So because I've always it's never really you just lose so much when you kind of get faked out into the moves. But here, because you have range expansion, the pyramid trade could really work very well. So like I'm actually curious. Anybody? Let's see. We'll do a poll today. Let's see if you guys like this. Let's do a poll. Do you like to average up into a trade? This is a very, very hard thing to do. But take the poll, guys. Let me know if you did this go up? Did everybody get? Is the poll up? How come I don't see it? Let me try it one more time. Does anybody see the poll? Oh yeah, I see it. It's just taking its time. Wow, that's weird. Okay. Yep. So so the other interesting thing is that you see how range compresses and there's no signals. That's the greatest thing ever, because this is all garbage. This is all chop suey stuff that destroys every breakout trade, right? And the greatest thing you can do is just to do nothing. So this is keeping you from any signals because it's not generating any signals. This one is giving us another signal. We'll play with it. Let's do one more time. Why not? Why not? If this holds. Again, the best signal was this one right over here. Oh, look how sweet that was. Oh, and now NASDAQ is finally breaking out too. NASDAQ is giving us another A1 signal that we can try and trade. So let's switch over. Let's switch this one over to NASDAQ. Oops. And Q, so you guys can watch the trade. And if I get into a trade, you'll see it on the charts. No, 23. Fresh session highs were at 25.6. Market running and gunning on massive momentum moves. Today was a perfect day to showcase the whole range breakout momentum structure. All right, I'm long. Let's see if this is going to work. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, it was just right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. How you like them apples? How you like them apples? Yeah, news of the hour is Michigan. Yeah, Michigan just came out. DRD, you're saying you're only getting N2. You got to change it to N1. You got to change the settings. The settings are over here. You change it to 1, that gives you A1s. You change it to 2, it gives you A2s. Everything is all configurable. I configured mine to A1s. Set up direction both. All this stuff. This is my configuration as we're kind of trading this stuff. Gold giving a gold. Oh no, this is a secondary A1. Never mind. So yeah, how cool was that? Like, I think we hit like 7 or 8. Guys, you don't understand. I was down $500 on all those fuck up entries, and I'm back to even, which means that in the last 15 minutes, just focusing A1 momentums, I brought back. This is the eval account, so I don't give a shit. But the eval account went from minus 500 to plus 500. Totally to break even. That's really amazing. Just with me fucking around with trades. Think about this: if you were totally structured, disciplined, taking only the first trade on the move, all that kind of stuff. Think how good that would be. Yeah, this is very, very indicative. Everybody in the poll is saying that they don't like to average up into a trade because it's really, really hard. But as I said, with this range expansion strategy, this is the one concept where that would really work. Buy here, add here, sell here. Sell on the, basically buy on the first, add on the second, add on the third, exit on the fourth. Buy on the first, add on the second, add on the third, exit on the fourth, right? Just like really plow into a really nice structure. Maybe we'll do that if we get an idea. Anybody going to try and experiment with that? I'm actually curious. Minimum range is $10 translated into ticks. That's 100 ticks on gold, and $50 on NASDAQ. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting the first A1 negative. Let's see if we can trade the A1 negative if this holds for us. Remember, I don't even trade counter trend, but in this case, with this range expansion strategy, we're going to give it a shot. Gold is at fresh session highs. That's a like the third or the fourth A1 trade. We're just going to take it just for shits and giggles if it stays. I'm long gold, and I'm out of gold. You see that? That trade was boom, boom, fresh session highs, got hit. You guys didn't see it because it was on this channel, but it's fine. I'm now positive for the day. Fucking unbelievable. After being down $550. Just pure momentum. Think how cool that would be. Add one, exit on 4. That means you're 4 large on it's 63. Where am I? 64, 66, and you're exiting at 69. 63, 64, 66. You're like 65 average at 69 on 3. That's plus 12 points of P&L. Really, really powerful. All right, we're going to end the poll. Yeah, Frank, wealth charts does not have any of these A1 signals. Notice I'm not trading wealth charts today with you because wealth charts has not been updated yet. It takes a while. It's not going to be done till the beginning of the year because they're really backed up. So sorry, I'm just so excited about showing the setup. I want to show everybody who's on wealth charts. Wow, holy shit, look at gold, guys. Look at gold. Look at gold. What a monster. I'm going to pass up on this trade on gold, right? But because what I want to show you is how do you, if you're a wealth charts trader, so let me show you. You're a wealth charts trader, right? We're going to go into wealth charts. I'm going to log in. And we're just going to do this with gold because I only trade gold on wealth charts, but you can obviously do this with NASDAQ as well. So we're going to do it through our gold account, right? Here's my gold account. You're going to go on your tabs. You can't see this, but if you go into Chrome, it will say add tab to new split view, and it's going to add a second tab. And in this particular tab, I'm going to go into my trading view account, and I'm going to set up my trading view account with gold, right? So what's going to happen, Frank, is you can take, and maybe we'll do this a little bit later if we get more signals. You get the signals on trading view, but you can execute everything on wealth charts. You have the best of both worlds. You have a split view thing until wealth charts itself updates. Okay? So everybody who's a wealth charts trader can have all this input and information for themselves just by using split view yeah, it's way overextended. You're right. It's way overextended. But it can go forever, right? We're not in the business of trying to guess tops. It will show us if it gives us a negative A1, we'll trade that. But right now, I mean, every A1 has been a winner. It's just been this has been a great demonstration of my underlying idea. The range drives momentum, and when momentum takes it out, it's massive, right? What's going on? Well, whatever. Never mind. We missed the NASDAQ moves. NASDAQ is kind of consolidating a little bit here. But gold has just been soaring. Gold is just mooning. You can get TradingView as part of TradingView is free. Like you can get a free version of it, and you get access to my indicator if you're part of coaching. So there's no need to deprive yourself until until the stuff comes up. All of you guys should really just learn TradingView as a platform. WealthChart's amazing platform for trading, but TradingView is kind of the dominant charting platform. You guys should really use it. All right, I'm actually watching NAS. Love to see like a red A1 come back again for us, because it looks like I think NAS is kind of also topping out. It'd be interesting to see what gold does here, because gold went almost to 40, went to 4,400 yesterday. That's where I actually made all my money. After it topped out at 4,400, it was super easy to trade against it. But right now I got nothing going on here. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? It's Ask Me Anything Friday. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm demonstrating my razzle dazzle range breakout momentum 155th version of my indicator strategy. Red A1 in NAS. Let's see if this holds. This is a counter trend trade. Remember, counter trend trades really anathema to us, but we're giving them a try here because of the range expansion. So let's see if this is going to hold. So, all right, I'm short here. Let's see if this is going to do anything for me. Not quite. This is why counter trend is so tough. Oh, I know what I'm going to tell you. This is my mistake. You know what? This is the other thing to remember. Counter trend really needs more room both ways. We got to make counter trend. Even if we get a counter trend, the counter trend should be, excuse me, a 10-30 trade, not a 5-10 trade, because the very definition of counter trend is it's going to retrace against you a little bit. But then if it does, it does reverse, it should be a deeper, stronger reversal. So I'm trying to trade this for a deeper, stronger reversal. That's what it is. And see, and that actually gave me full room. That was great. I actually made a lot of money on that one. So that was my other insight. There was so many interesting insights I had last night. I already forgot what the hell I was talking about. So when you trade a counter trend, right? And this would have been a good example of where that would have worked, right? So 37 against, oh yeah, we barely survived this. Holy shit. This would have been a 37 against a 27 move here. This really barely survived on the retrace, but you really need to do, counter trend needs to be twice the volatility wrapper. Because the very, the essence of counter trend is there's going to be retracing, and then when it does finally fall, it's going to fall deeper because it's coming off the highs or coming off the lows. So anyways, you got the message, right? Now we're getting all this, A1 reds, but these A1 reds, by the way, why is it showing me? This is interesting. Why is it actually showing me A1 reds against what's going on over here? Minimum range is 50. Minimum range requires both. Huh. Why am I getting A1s? Was the range? Let me. I'm trying to find if did the range expand to 50? Okay. So this is 58 points, step by step. Yes, so it's a 64-point range. That's fine. Next one, 51-point range, correct. 49-point range. So why is that? Why is it showing me A1s against the range? Huh. That's interesting. I got to figure out if there's a little bit of a bug in the code. Yes, the indicator works in CFD gold as well. Oh, look at this. Brooklyn boy traded Apex PA. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. By the way, Apex, $25 resets right now. $25 resets. Ridiculous. Right? Go out there, go get them. And also, be sure to use, BK Save with our code. I'm going to try and have my code debugger try to find out. I wonder if there's a small logic error that when you're doing the counter trend trades, if the range, because this should not be an A1 signal because the range is too small. Anyways, you see how cool it was? The range dies down. We don't do anything. Range expands. We start getting involved, and when we get involved on those range expansions, the trades really start hitting. Right? They really start hitting. Right now, we're just basically a nice little chop here. So we have nothing to do. But I managed to actually. I cannot believe I reversed this whole flow. You guys want to see the flow? I'll show you the flow. This is just me fucking around. This is not me in any way, shape, or form trading this well today. Look at this. Look how deep I was. Look how deep red I was, and I come back, and I come back, and I come back just by this is me starting to catching all those momentum trades, Boom, 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 boom. We come back. That's basically me going from negative 500 to plus 500 on the moves. It's pretty cool. Nothing going on gold here, so we're kind of quiet. Nothing going on over here. Good morning. So no newbies today? It's just old people here? Anybody for whom this is the first time in the room, come say hi to me. All my great ideas are wasted on you guys. You guys are all old hags. You already know all this stuff. Who's celebrating Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere where it's going to be summer? Anybody in the room where it's going to be summer for you on Christmas? Oh, there's some new people coming up. There we go. There we go. Hey, there's Tampa. Is that Tampa? Oh, the range idea was new. Yes, the range idea was definitely new. Dallas. Dallas is not in the Southern Hemisphere, Judith, but it's definitely going to be warmer. On NQ, what is the average 10-bar range to enter? It's not the average. It's the absolute value of the range. So the absolute value of the range has to be 50 points or larger. The high minus low of the range, it's got to be 50 points or more, meaning that there's 50 points worth of movement. Charlotte, North Carolina. It's going to be 78 degrees on Christmas. Is it in Dallas? Holy shit. It's going to be warmer for Christmas in Dallas than it is in Melbourne, which is just insane. Expecting 71 in San Diego. Ben, San Diego is always 71. It's like Groundhog Day your whole life there. So we kind of died out, guys. That was really a lot of fun. That was really a lot of fun to see range expansion. Oh, by the way, so like here, the irony of the whole thing, we're talking about yesterday, how the moment I got off stream yesterday, range went crazy. All of these A1s, A2s started printing all over the place. It's just always the irony of the beast that things are quiet. But it's Friday. I'm gonna chill with you guys till 11 because let's just see if if we get a little bit of range expansion. But you know what's cool right now is like you see, I don't give a fuck about what the price action, like it really gives you breathing space. You're not like, oh my god, am I getting a double dot? Am I getting a triple dot? Who gives a shit? Range is tight, so there's nothing to do. Oh wow, a OTR trader. OTR, are you trucking? Says you're cruising the 110 between California and Louisiana. OTR, because if you're trucking, we really want to talk to you. Weather is very nice. You're in Fort Stockton right now. People are in, yeah. If the NQ is set to 50 minutes, no, it's a one price. It's oh, you mean 50 minutes back? Why would you want to set it to 50 minutes back, John? What would be the purpose of creating such a big box? Well, but what information would 50 minutes give you that 10 minutes doesn't give you? Isn't the most important information the most recent information when we're scalping, right? I mean, what do we care what happened an hour ago? Oh, 50-minute range, 50-point range, you mean? 50-point range. OTR, can you email me? I'm going to give you my email address. It's contact@bktrader or boris@bktraders.com. Either one. We really want to talk to you, man. I've actually been waiting for you to come back on stream. I have something I'd love to. Can you email me out, please? I want to run something by you because we love your story, and we're putting together a really cool Prop Fest show at the end of January with lots of regular traders participating in it, and I wanted to see if I could get you on stream in there. So just come back to email me, see if we can coordinate a good time to do this. 50 minutes means 50 minimum. Sorry guys, you guys are all confused. There's no fucking minutes. It's 50 points, 200 to 250, high to low. It's not complicated, guys. It's really not complicated. It says points. It says on the fucking thing points. Okay? Right on the thing, it says points. We're not talking minutes. We don't give a shit about, we're trading the 1 minute chart. Okay, look at me. 50 points. 50 points, right? That's what I want. I want 50 points worth of price action over the last 10 bars in order for me to even get interested in participating. Okay, is that clear? The range for gold is 10 points, $10. I want $10 in gold. So let me review because there's like a whole bunch of, I guess everybody. What's the difference between a monthly? The monthly subscription is a piece of garbage. That's the difference. The trading 360 is like 1/3 the price for 6 months worth of value. Let me give you the coaching subscription for everybody who's interested. Don't even bother with monthly, because first of all, you don't even get my indicator on the monthly. I don't allow anybody who's on monthly to have access to my indicator. So the only way to get the indicator is just to come back on 6 months. You need 6 months to be quasi proficient in this, right? If you're gonna just do this for a month, don't even fucking waste my time. So that's why I'm really like, Kathy wants to keep the monthly. I want to ban it. So you can tell I'm not a happy camper. That's why I discount the 6 months so much. I make it really, really cheap so that people can get a really good education in 6 months and feel like they're really, oh shit, we got to trade. Oh, fuck. I'm late on this thing, but let's see if it might work. And it worked. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, see how good that was? Range expansion, boom, we hit it. We got the trade. Sorry. So Brian, did I answer your question in my typically profane way? So the answer is the only thing you should be doing if you want to trade with us is do the 6 months, because then you're going to get really good education. You have the time, because nobody has the time in a month. You're busy. You have a real life. This gives you complete peace of mind. You can come in, come out. Everything is archived. You can watch everything in peace. You can ask me a million questions. I give you, by the way, the other thing I forgot, I keep forgetting this. Anybody who does the coaching, I'm going to give you money back so you can buy free accounts. You can buy 4 free accounts with Apex today if you sign up on the coaching. So go and do it. And if you're in monthly and you're like, what am I doing in monthly? Email me. I will cancel and refund your monthly, and you buy, I'll literally let you upgrade it into the 6 month and give you your money back on the monthly. So it doesn't even cost you anything. So I really, really want everybody to be at 6 months or higher. So I'm really, really encouraging everybody. So that's the answer to all the coaching stuff. Gold, negative A1. Should we play that? Should we try and play that? Let's give it a shot. 11, 9. Let's see if it holds. All right, we're short gold on negative A1. Let me move it over here. I always forget. This is this one. Gold breakout range. 5, 6. And we're done. And we're done on gold. So by the way, why did all these trades work really, really well? It's the first trade in the cycle, right? And you see, even the contra trades work because the range leads the way. Isn't that cool, guys? Come on. This is an awesome Friday session. I am now up $700 from my lows. Fucking around, doing nothing but, taking trades out of the corner of my eye while I'm talking to you guys. That is insane at how good this thing is working. Holy shit, this is great. I'm so excited. Everybody vibing this? Ben, what are you asking me? What works? I mean, what's the question? Are you asking me, or are you just being sarcastic and trolling me? Money in the bank, baby. That's right. Okay, Claudio. Claudio is asking the right question. Oh, no, it works. Okay. But it's still not clear. You saying, no, it works. You're happy, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's review for everybody who's new. This bunch of people just came into the room. I think, they don't have the full 411 on the structure. Let's do a big screen description of what we're doing. This first, let me lay this down here for everybody. Okay, so this is big screen, so everybody can see this on big screen. Okay, first order of business. First order of business. This is the absolute latest version of BFF Dots. Delete everything you have. Download the new version. Attach it to your screen. It should say Range Zone .5. It will have, how you know that this is the absolute latest version is when you go to the A setup, it will actually allow you to do trend, counter trend, or both, right? Before you just simply did trend or no trend. This gives you a triple drop-down value structure. This is how you know it's the absolute latest one. A setup direction has a functionality in there, okay? So that's number one. Number two, the range, the little green box, which is the range, that's the last 10 bars, high minus low. That's the range of the instrument. How many points in the last 10 bars, high minus low, right? So my insight after coaching, of course, I wish I had it during coaching, but after coaching, last night was that the only thing that matters when we're trading momentum, the 95% of the success or failure of the signals that we have is actually range expansion. The more the range expands, the higher the probability that momentum is going to work in our favor, right? So before that, we were sort of using like a 1-to-5 ratio. If I have a 5-point target, I was saying, oh, the range is 25 points or larger, that's good enough. I realized that's bullshit. What you need is a 10-to-1 ratio. Before you even engage with any instrument, its range over the last 10 bars has to be 10 times your profit target. What that means in actual numbers is that NASDAQ, which is a 5 profit target trade, right, should be at least 50 points large before you even consider looking at signals. Now, what we do is we set up our range over here for NASDAQ, over here. We say A setup required. We're gonna trade both directions because when your range is big, even the counter trend direction works. We obviously want slope confirmation, and we want the minimum range. And the minimum range that we're going to set up is this one. The minimum range that we want, we're going to set it in ticks just to be very, very precise. 50 points is 200 ticks. That's what we're going to do. We're going to set it in ticks. We're going to set it in 200 ticks, and we're good to go. And we say okay, and we save that if we want it to be as a template right over here. Save it as a template into New York, NQ New York range, right? And we're using just the A1. Sorry, I forgot to tell you the other component. We don't need anything more than just the first dot signal, as long as the range gets big, to give us confidence that the trade is going to work. Like right now, I'm missing a trade over here because I'm talking, but this is an A1 with trend. Would have definitely got it done, right? Definitely got it done. Now, if you want to be super clear and precise, if you want to make sure that you're winning 7 out of 8, 8 out of 9 times, you just trade the first trade only. Just only the first one. That's going to give you very few trades, but they're going to be super accurate. Every one of these trades is going to be super, super duper accurate, right? So you go from like 10 trades to just 4 trades, but every trade here is a winner, right? Every trade here is a winner on the thing. If you want, if you want to be a pig, you remove this thing and you get lots and lots and lots of signals, and you just try to trade the whole thing over, right? OTR, thank you, man. Just email me. Keep on trucking, and I'll try to talk to you next week. Okay? Thank you for hanging out with us. $13 away from his 5th TS funded. No complaints here. Yes, awesome. Thank you, man. Drive safe. Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon. Wow. So is there any questions on the setup? Everybody's clear on the setup? Is the setup clean? I'm going to try and put that all into screenshots, into a PDF, so everybody can trade it. But there's, the point is there's lots of variations. You can trade trend only, so then you're only going to get the green signals. You can trade counter trend only. You're going to get counter trend signals, and obviously you can trade just one signal per cycle. Show first trade only, and then you're just going to get a few signals. You want to trade few or far between. There's lots of different strategies that we can play around with it. But the bottom line is accuracy is off the hook. Off the hook. That's the key thing. The accuracy with the range filter is out of this mind. That's what I wanted to share with you. So how you like them apples? Everybody vibing me? So final notes from everybody. What's included in the 145 add-on? All the upgrades. Like, if I do the upgrades on the thing, and if you want to ask me any configuration questions, that kind of stuff. So definitely, a lot of people buy the add-on because they want the peace of mind. Sorry, what is this? I took my glasses off. Most accurate, the astrologer says, didn't tell you yesterday that you are a trading genius. This is here, a gift from God. I am far from trading genius. Just ask every woman in my life if I'm a genius, and you'll get a very, very different opinion. But thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. No, I'm really glad I had that insight. We had like a long coaching, kind of like end of the year. I was like frustrated because we were like, I felt like we were close to some insight, but I couldn't quite materialize it. But because the whole thing is that last night is when I realized, if we put the points on the range, we can really see what the range is doing. And then, like, after working on it for so long, I kind of realized, oh my God, this is the trade. This is the way. So it was really cool. I'm glad I made the realization. So that's it. All right. So who was I explaining to? Claudio, is that clear to you now? Yeah, my Archimedes moment. That's right. The add-on is like technical support, Brian. Like just if you want the lifetime support, you can do it. I recommend it. It's up to you. You don't have to. What else I want to ask you guys? I said I had 2 green ranges before. Oh, sorry. Sorry. The green range here. That's actually there's a session range and a candle range. So this is just simply badly set up because the session ranges are pivoting off of exchange time. So hang on a second. Let me just fix this. It's got to be Chicago time. It's really fucking annoying. Because gold trades on New York time. The reason you're seeing everything fucked up is because I have the New York numbers here, and it should be Chicago numbers for the range. So here you go. So this is the New York range. This is the London range. This little green is the actual is the candle range breakout, but this is just simply the whole session high, session lows. Is that clear, Claudia? So it just marks it. It says here, this is New York starts, and the problem is it's triggering off exchange time. So I'm in New York, which means that I have to use Chicago hours, which is 8:30, not 9:30. But gold actually starts in New York at 8:20. It's just futures, just the annoyance of futures. But you can configure all of this on your indicator properly, then you see it. All right, guys. Sorry, somebody was saying to me that what was happening in gold. I haven't even looked at gold. Gold is kind of dying out here. It's the range is compressing a little bit, right? We haven't hit the highs. Nothing much going on over here. There was so I guess we had an 10 point range A1 signal, but it kind of died out a little bit, which natural. You know, you're not going to get every single one of these guys to work. But we got like 6 out of 7 of these things to work today, which is really, really good. Still think that, by the way, if gold really looks good. If this is the top for New York, then yeah, we'll probably unwind this. But if they can just consolidate and run it through the highs, we might go to 4,400 again. I mean, gold is just screaming right now. But we will wait because we need range expansion before we even commit to any kind of trade right now. But pretty cool, right? Let's change this to NASDAQ. This should be 825. Okay, save this, and I'm going to save it as NQ New York range. Okay. Yes. Okay. You like don't trade signals? You mean like what is it? What do you mean like by the fact that there's the range is non-compliant to to making signals, which is good? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. No, gold is 8:20 Eastern, and Nasdaq is 9:30 Eastern. But it's just more annoying than that. Gold trades COMEX, which is New York hours. So if you're on the East Coast time, you set gold. So let me just show you. This is assuming you're in New York, and then obviously adjust accordingly. If you're in Chicago, your start time is 8:30 in the morning. So I have to set myself to a Chicago start time for New York for Nasdaq. So Nasdaq starts at 8:30 New York, which 8:30 because it's going off Chicago time. COMEX starts at 8:20. So here's COMEX, the New York session. Let me find the New York session. North America session. Yeah, ends 8:25, start at 8:30. So Asia ends 8:25, New York starts at 8:30. So I'm using New York time. So like what's weird, you see, because I'm in New York, this is the proper start for gold. This is where gold starts trading, open pit outcry, because it's trading off COMEX hours. But with NASDAQ, you can't say 9:30. You have to say 8:30 because you're using Chicago time. So now this is properly configured. So we're kind of dying out. The other cool thing is, getting a contra trend signal. One last one. Should we take a bite? We'll take a bite on this thing if it holds. So we're getting it goes away. Um, you know how like around 12 o'clock noon, things kind of die out, the range gets really, really compressed. This is a perfect example of like how this keeps you out of really bad trades. Because a lot of times you'll still get signals. And you're like, oh, I should take it. And it's always a bad signal because the range is really, really weak. I don't know where this is going to go, but we're going to give it a shot. So 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's see if this is going to do anything for us. Seven. Come on. Yeah. All right, I took it. I took it out. Good job. It did hit. So very nice. Last trade of the day. Pretty good. And for all of you, like, degenerate traders who like really want to pile in, like, let's imagine this is a reversal time in New York, right? This is 10:45. If you really like, if you have a balls to the wall trade, you can sell this one, sell this one. If there's a third one, sell the third one, and then when you get the fourth one, you exit out in the whole position. Now that's a ballsy trade, but if that cashes out, that trade is like a $400 or $500 trade on relatively low risk. Oh my God, it's 55 negative Fahrenheit in Russia. Yeah, I believe it. Yes, that's correct. TNT Golem. I just set it for 8:30 in both times. I think you'll be okay. Look how nicely that works, right? So, like, I mean, I can't bring myself to pile into it, but it's really a good strategy where you sell the A1, you sell the A1 second label if it appears, you sell the third, and then you just exit out on the fourth. See, like, look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4 exit. 1, 2, 3, 4 exit. Right? Like a really interesting tap dance. And if you don't have an A1, you don't add it. You don't add the position until you have one. All right, I'm losing my voice, guys. Great day today, right? A lot of good trades. A lot of people really did well trading today. Yesterday, we funded lots of accounts. I'm gonna run like probably my real funded accounts next week, guys. It's gonna be a much quieter trading session for us over the next 2 weeks. We're probably only gonna trade Monday, Tuesdays. Next week and the week after that, everybody is going to be having relaxing time on Christmas holidays. But enjoy this. I'll of course, be back with you on Monday for a full session, and we'll trade then. Degenerate Traders Week rest, right? Everybody have a great time. I will see everybody on Monday. Thank you for hanging out with me. Really, really good session. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.